Alright, everybody, we're back with another episode of the Intoxicated Sports Report with your hosts, Emerson Hip and Gage Samoji.
That's me.
As always, G-Baby, Peanut Gallery over here.
Hey.
And yours truly.
Ashley.
Who are you?
Me.
Oh. That's your name, yeah.
They all know who you are already. So.
Ashley with a $sign for the S.
And two E's.
And two
And
E's.
I-E at the end.
E-I-G-H, right?
Oh.
I don't know.
That's a gross one.
Slay.
I'll do that shit. What's everybody drinking today?
Peanut Gallery, sorry.
Ooh, the old trusty Golden Gate from Napa Smith.
Ew.
Same here.
Let's go.
Yeah, I'm repping Napa Smith pretty fucking hard right now.
Times 3.
You got the hoodie on. You got the shirt on, fresh off of work.
I'm the only loser not drinking a Napa Smith.
What you said?
This is an old fashioned with Gage's favorite whiskey. What is it called?
Buffalo 3.
Buffalo 30.
Yeah. Yeah.
Buff 3.
Buff Trace.
Yeah.
What do we got on tap, Ashley?
So we're going to talk about some boycotts around the sports world, NBA and NHL playoffs, NASCAR regular season finale. We have some transactions going around the baseball world,
Big word.
and we're going to do the IG Q&A.
Yeah.
Yep. Best part of the show.
It's going to be a good one.
Yeah.
So before we get into any sports talk, we wanted to mention some really sad news that came out this weekend. Award-winning actor Chadwick Boseman passed away on Friday at the age of 43 after a long battle with colon cancer.
That's sad.
Yeah, it was pretty shocking to me. I mean,
I didn't even know he was battling cancer.
I don't think many people knew.
Yeah, I think he kept it undercover pretty good.
Yeah. So that was
Tight.
it was pretty sad, but
I was glad that his family was able to say that he passed away, not like TMZ.
Yeah.
You know, I know TMZ's credible,
Yeah.
and I
But
just
they're-
I like to see the family saying how it happened rather than some reporters. You know what I mean?
I
Yeah.
agree.
for sure.
Total shocker though.
Oh.
Like,
Yeah.
dude, that came from like, cause you didn't even see it like physically. Like, not unless you saw like maybe more
Yeah,
recent
what's the
photos, but
I feel like he was in a movie not that long ago, right?
Black Panther.
Yeah.
he
Which-
did
Well, they
that.
call-
He
they
did
come out-
21
21
Bridges,
Bridges,
and then he did that
The
To Five
Infinity War.
Bloods,
Yeah.
Netflix original, which was like last year. I think they had filmed it. So I mean, yeah, he was still
And he
doing
was
stuff.
doing like the Avengers stuff.
Yeah,
the
I
whole
mean, he
time.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah, what Endgame and Infinity War and all
Mhm.
those other ones. So like, yeah, the dude was in the
He was
public
doing it.
like
He was pumping.
24/7, and no one had
He was
like,
pumping
like,
him
any
out with-
idea.
Battling stage 4 colon
And
cancer.
to relate it to the sports world, he was in 42
Yeah.
Yeah.
by Jackie Robinson, which was an
I'm
incredible
gonna say, yeah,
movie.
that was
I
a great,
love
yeah,
it.
that was a great
I
movie.
need to watch that because I haven't seen it.
I gotta
You
say,
haven't seen it?
No.
Yeah,
I think I saw the first half. I didn't see the whole thing,
I liked it.
but from what I did see of it, I liked it.
Is it just good?
it's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. I need to
Definitely
watch
worth the
it.
watch.
And he passed away the same day that the MLB was honoring Jackie Robinson, so that was kind of like
I mean, how?
Yeah. What are the
Yeah, what are the
odds?
odds?
a weird coincidence.
There was a
Yes.
lot of things on that day in history. I can't remember exactly what they were, but it was very ironic.
It would be more of a trip if he died at age 42.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
Fuck.
I even looked up Jackie Robinson's age when he died. He died at 53. So I thought they were actually died at the same age.
Yeah,
too,
because
which
he died young too. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but
Very sad.
sad. I mean, and also I think we should say that, or I should say that he also played James Brown in a movie a couple years ago too. So he's been known for playing Jackie Robinson,
A lot of big names.
James Brown in the Black Panther, big for the black community.
Yeah.
So everything he's done has been great.
100%.
I like a lot of the sports accounts were posting like Black Mamba and Black Panther
Yeah.
together, and I was like, like it
It's-
just like
it's hard.
it weighs really heavy.
Just another notch on how shitty this year's been.
Yeah,
Yeah.
2020 has just not been good, but
No doubt.
we all know that.
Yeah.
So 23 games were postponed due to boycotts across the MLB, the NHL, and the NBA. How do we feel about the players'
Yeah.
decision to boycott?
We kind of talked about this a little bit in the last episode. Didn't
Yeah. I mean, I thought it was a courageous decision.
we? Yeah.
And they definitely made a statement, but at the same time, I think they made the right decision. Like, as far as the NBA goes, they made the right decision to come back. I think it would have been a mistake to walk away. Because if we're all being real, a lot of people don't want to, or just not cut out to be social justice activists. You know, that's not what they want to be. Especially when they're athletes, they just want to play ball. You know.
Or get their money. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
and so a lot of these guys, like if they left the NBA bubble, they'd go home and sit on the couch and not do anything about the reason that they're leaving. You know, so I felt
I do like that they're using their platform and
Mhm.
for with this. A lot of people made the argument, why don't they play for it? And I think that in that stance, like they've been using their voice, they've been playing, they've been, wearing the stuff on the back of the jerseys for the NBA, social injustice, things like that. And it just became normal. We started getting used to just seeing the letters on the back of their jersey. So this kind of made a bigger statement, like, hey, like we're not playing around anymore, So I think they needed to do something more drastic, and I think they did it.
100% agree.
Like I said in the last episode, I got absolutely no issue with it. If they were to have stopped, I would have been bummed out as a sports fan, but I would understand as a man
Where they're coming from.
and where they're coming from.
Yeah.
I'll never know what they're coming from when it comes to the black players, obviously, but
For sure.
I'll never hate on somebody or a group of people who want to do something that they truly feel inside their hearts. So I had no issue with it at all.
Yeah.
So NBA and NHL playoffs resumed on Saturday after everything that
Yeah.
happened.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna talk some NBA.
Let's go.
Yesterday we had the 3 Game 5s that were initially scheduled for Wednesday.
That's right.
So
Yeah.
Milwaukee finished off Orlando with a 118-104 win.
Kind of what we expected.
Yeah, we both picked them to sweep, right?
Yeah.
But they kind of came out sluggish in that first game, but then took care of business the rest of the way.
Orlando actually got close to. I think they tied it late in the fourth quarter yesterday, and then
Yeah.
the Bucks did what the Bucks did.
Yeah.
And they just,
Giannis had a huge first half, kind of faded down the end, but they still pulled it out.
Houston smoked OKC
Oh,
114
bad
to
second
80.
Really bad second half in that game.
Yeah,
it was a 3-point game and a half. The Rockets went on a 19-2 run and started third.
jeez.
And then, but what most interesting to me was that Westbrook only had 7 points in the whole game, so he must not have been a big factor to
Yeah.
begin with.
I think that goes to show how overrated he is. He's not making a huge difference on most teams. He's an electric athlete, and that's about where it ends though.
I think you could argue it just shows how OKC really is. Like, are they really that good? If Westbrook plays and gets 7 points,
Yeah, and they still.
it could have just been a bad game for him too.
Yeah,
OKC.
there's probably multiple factors going into that.
And finally, the Lakers took care of the Blazers 131 to 122.
I got some notes for this game.
Let's
I'm
hear
gonna tell you.
it, son.
The Lakers.
Hold on, shot.
We'll get to that. We're getting
What'd
to
you
that.
say?
I got some notes on these games. Let's
Let's
tell you.
go.
The Lakers have no chance against contending teams if their bench doesn't show up, or if any other players don't show
Yeah.
up, besides Anthony Davis and LeBron James. They beat a Portland team who didn't have Damian Lillard playing. They only had 9 guys playing for the team.
The whole team.
AD had 43 points, career playoff high. Great. LeBron 36-point triple double. But
Boo.
has anyone? You remember Kyle Kuzma? I don't think he plays for the Lakers anymore because he's not
No,
doing
he doesn't.
anything.
No.
Is he on?
Just getting some cardio in.
Or
Yeah,
you
he's
putting out a
he's
search
literally
warrant
just
for him
running.
too?
What's
You
that?
putting out a search warrant for him too?
Yeah, I'm going for a missing person
Milk
report.
cartons.
He had 8 points, 3 for 12 shooting.
Yeah, he sucks.
The Lakers aren't going to win the championship the way
They're
that the team's
constructed.
playing right now.
Yeah,
No, I just don't see it happening.
I mean they're clearly, if they're going to continue in this playoff run, they're just relying so heavily on AD and LeBron.
That's what I'm saying.
You got to imagine they're going to wear down at some point, and if they don't get any other contributions, then they're
Let's
fucked.
hope.
Yeah. Which, I mean, they're going to play either Houston or OKC next round.
Yeah.
I still like them better than those teams still.
Houston didn't give him a run. 'Cause I
But
think
they're
Houston's
going
gonna
to
win a
test
series.
the Lakers for
Houston's
sure.
going to give him a run for it.
They're definitely, both those teams I think are better than Portland. So,
It's the Lakers. I don't know.
yeah.
I'm not buying into it. The Clippers are going to destroy them
I think they're full
if this
forward.
is the way it's going on.
Yeah, I agree.
So there are another 3 games on the schedule today. Boston opened up their second round series this morning against Toronto, winning that game by a final score of 112 to 94. The Clippers and Mavs played game 6 of their series earlier today. LA took that one 111 to 97, advancing them to the second round.
Yeah.
I want to talk about Boston first.
Yeah,
and
let's
Toronto.
go.
I'm not too worried about the Raptors. I think they needed this loss.
I am right there with you.
I
I'm
think-
not worried about them at all.
Because no one expects to go 4-4-4 4. Like no one expects to go sweeping through the
Yeah,
whole.
we're not Moses
playoffs.
Malone.
No, not at all. They didn't shoot well in this game, and they've had a long layoff too.
Yeah,
I think that might have something to do with it as well.
yeah, they had a few days off.
I do think a loss like this does put things in perspective for them. Like, yeah, we need to really pump it up a little more because they are a great team.
They're a really good team. I don't look at them as a team that's just going to go out every single night and have A+ game, especially and that's why I'm a little nervous about them with Boston, because Boston is good, but I think Boston is not as consistent as Toronto is either. So I think this is going to be a good series.
I'm a little nervous, but I'm not worried.
Yeah, I think this is going to go 7 probably.
I wrote down it would go 6 or 7 games, even though I predicted that in 6.
Yeah.
But I can see it going 7 as
Yeah.
of right now.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, Boston's a good team. They're young, so
Yeah.
they're still a bit of a mystery, but yeah, I think it's gonna be a good series. Our
Yeah.
Clippers are still alive.
The Clippers are looking nice.
Yeah, they're starting to figure it out.
The
They're,
Mavericks didn't really have much chance.
Yeah, I mean, I know people are gonna say, well, Porzingis was out, so then it made it easier for
You're
them.
not big on Porzingis.
I'm not a huge Porzingis guy.
He's good.
He's a good player. He's a very unique player, being 7'3", I think they list him at, and being able to do what he does.
It's ridiculous.
But at the same time, he plays from the perimeter a lot. He's a little slender for his height, and so I think, and he's not the most efficient shooter necessarily. I mean, he can shoot the ball,
Yeah.
but that's not
They were
that's not
just-
an A+ part of his game by any means. So
They were just outmatched in this game,
Yeah.
or in this series, really.
yeah,
Also want to mention Kawhi, 33 points. He's just playing well, and no one's
Yeah.
really talking about it.
I love how he has a very, I mean, a lot of people. I've heard people compare his game to Michael Jordan in a way.
The mid-range game, I see it
Yeah.
100%.
But he's not as flashy for sure. And you just watch him play. He just he gets to his spots and he just makes his
He
shots.
makes his
He
shots.
doesn't do anything
And
special.
he plays probably one of the best defenders. He's one of the best defenders
Oh
in
yeah,
the game.
especially on the perimeter for sure.
I also want to mention his playoff P back to his old ways.
How many did he have? Did he have a good game
He
tonight?
had, no,
Or
he
today?
did. He had, 15.7 assists. That's all right.
Yeah.
Not for him. He's
Yeah,
a 25-point scorer.
Yeah.
I don't know what his deal is, because I know he listened.
Yeah.
He listened to our last episode and had 35,
Well.
had 38 points, 35 points.
Yeah.
But today it's just like, man,
Back to pandemic.
you proved me right. I also want to mention that I was really hoping for a Game 7 after the Morris and Luka beef today. Just
Oh yeah, I noticed that. I didn't see exactly what happened, but I
It
noticed
was
that
like the
they've
slap
been
in the
really,
Slap
face
in the
when he got,
face,
yeah,
he
I
smacked
watched
him.
that.
they've been really getting under Luka's skin. There's no
Luka,
question about that.
Luka was getting in there, going to the hole, but he's like, bam! It was a 5-finger save to the face.
Yeah.
Smack. He also
Yeah,
got-
it was even on the drive, but then right that finish, he slapped him right in the
He slapped-
face.
Luka got right up too and was trying to
Yeah,
get
I
him
was
in
trying
the
to
face.
go
Yeah, no, I
rest-
saw
yeah,
that.
we're trying to
I saw the
fight him.
replay of that.
And I think we should also mention that Morris got ejected for that.
Did he? Okay, I didn't see that.
I think it was a mixture between that being a flagrant and
Did you get a T too?
Well, they were calling it like a flagrant 2
it was a flagrant.
versus
Oh,
a
okay.
flagrant 1, so it was like everybody agreed that it was, so it was like an automatic
Yeah,
ejection.
flagrant 2 is automatic ejection. Flagrant
For,
1.
a flagrant 1 is like a
Is it- it's just
warning,
like a
but it, or
technical.
like, yeah.
It was a flagrant too, which it looked bad, but some of the announcers on there thought it wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
I can see it being a flagrant 1 or 2, but I know if I'm playing, I don't want to get smacked in the face like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Speaking
that
of-
gave, it was a little out of pocket. I mean, and then like unnecessary at the end of the
Yeah.
play, and just getting a handful right to the face. I was like, all right. Like,
Speaking
you're
of
asking for it.
ejections, did you see the situation in OKC and Houston series yesterday, where Schroeder?
Oh, I did see that
He hit PJ Tucker in the
in the nuts.
and PJ Tucker definitely took exception to
You
it.
got right in his face.
Yeah,
You took it sexually.
he took exception. Yes, but Schroeder you could clearly tell it was not on purpose. Plus, they called a foul on Schroeder and not PJ Tucker, and it was definitely a moving screen on PJ Tucker, which I found interesting. But they ejected them both. They ejected Tucker for the confrontation, and they ejected Schroeder for the hit in the nuts.
You know what's interesting to me? That PJ Tucker looks just like YG. Next time you see PJ Tucker, think of YG. Boom, they're identical. They're
Boom.
like, gatted up, bald.
Side by side, do it.
Tooted and booted.
And then Denver and Utah are playing their game 6 right now. Denver's
They're
looking to stay
going
alive.
into halftime,
What's
61 to 54.
Ooh, our
Denver's
Nuggets.
up. Ooh, we could have a game 7.
I love chicken nuggets.
Did I predict? Did we
I almost
both
ordered
predict?
chicken
We both
nuggets
said
at 10
7.
a.m. this
Did we?
morning. Didn't, but I almost did.
I think we should mention that
That'd been power move.
the Nuggets were down 3-1 in this series.
They were.
I know there's still another half to play, but if they could force it to a game 7, that'd be really nice.
Yeah, we're trying to help our predictions here,
Yeah.
for sure.
I'm trying to be credible sports talker.
Incredible, yeah.
Sports talkers.
Sports soccer.
Every sports talk person wants to be
Should
right.
Look in your bio. I'm a sports talker.
Yeah. Certified sports
Yeah,
talker.
we're no
Certified.
longer co-hosts of the Intoxicated Sports Report. We're just sports
Sports
talkers.
talker. So over in the NHL,
Hockey.
our Tampa Bay Lightning.
Let's go.
Game 4 of their series with Boston on Saturday, stretching their series lead to 3 games to 1.
Are you claiming Tampa now too?
No, I said our, because this is what
Oh,
my
okay.
notes say.
Yeah.
No.
Well, there's this new thing that me and Gage have been doing. Every team that we pick to do well, we just call them our.
Claim
Hey, I'll
We
claim
My
it.
team,
we
my
have
team.
0 allegiance, but they're our team.
I'll claim it. South Florida, what's that?
South Florida. Yeah, so yeah, let's fucking beat Boston tomorrow, right?
You love Boston.
No, I'm on the Tampa train.
Yeah, fuck Boston.
Yeah, fuck Boston.
Whatever
Especially
it
in the
takes.
hockey. Yeah, especially the Bruins.
My Stars too. They won a 3-1.
My,
My Stars.
my,
You talking about this star?
Yep. No, not that one.
Oh.
Wrong star.
Ooh,
Wrong
wrong,
star.
fucking star,
Rocking a
dude.
Cowboys hat for everybody who's not here with us.
Yeah, I'm also a fool for rooting for Dallas because I've never done that in my life.
Let's go.
But
You'll
here
get
we
there.
are.
I gotta get behind the stars though for the
Joe
NHL.
Pavelski?
Yeah,
You'll get
My
there.
boy.
respect.
We've said that too many times on the show. Let's move on.
Okay. So NASCAR's regular season ended last night with William Byron
Who?
taking home the
You don't
Coke
have-
Zero
he's not your guy,
400.
right?
No one has
Okay.
him.
No one has him.
Okay.
The playoffs start next Sunday at Darlington.
That got him into the playoffs too because he was not
Big
he
win.
Ooh,
was not going to get in without that W. So
thinks he's fast,
good for
huh?
him. Little young buck driving that number
That's like
24.
NASCAR.
Ooh.
Thinks he's Jeff Gordon.
Oh.
Yeah. Don't even get me started on numbers in NASCAR. They gotta start retiring those motherfuckers right now.
I don't disagree. I know we don't have the board in here, but I think off the top of my head, the standings are. I got 91.
Yep.
Ashley, you got 82.
No, at 78.
You got 73.
73. Fuck.
Gage got 73, and Gare's got clean 69.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Garrett's quitting the game.
Yeah. Done.
And I'm out. I'm gonna
Yeah.
pull my immature cards.
Just gonna land.
It's fully the immature card. That's it.
And Alex has 30. Can't forget her.
Love her.
Shout out.
So now that we're heading into the playoffs, our points are going to be doubled in our pools for anyone paying attention.
Yeah.
So these wins, if we're going to win, it's going to be massive.
Huge.
massive amounts of points.
But if your driver gets eliminated from the playoffs, he no longer gets double points. He just back to regular. Does that make sense?
No, but you can tell me later.
Because there's like you guys get eliminated after every 3 races during the playoffs.
Oh, well, yeah.
So they would no longer get the double points if they're not.
They would just
alive.
get regular points?
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. And then 10 bonus points if your driver wins the championship.
Kyle. Kyle's winning it.
You know what? I'm gonna throw down a bold prediction.
Wow,
Kyle Busch is gonna win the
wow.
championship. He's gonna pull some fucking bullshit.
What?
Kyle Busch is 14th
What?
going into this fucking
Yeah.
14th seed going into this. I think he's gonna win. This Joe Gibbs number 18 team has been sitting on this whole season, just kicking back, not trying to win races at all.
They're laying low.
They're laying low. Oh, that looks dirty. Can you get me my beer too? No, not chasing with an IPA.
Grow up.
Fuck Joe Gibbs and the Washington sports team. That's all I'm gonna
Hey,
say.
dude. Both my racers.
Excuse me? I didn't hear a word you just said.
NASCAR
My
champion
racers.
and Super Bowl champion. Gotta give it
That's
up to
true.
them.
I'll give it to him.
Yeah, I think they're
It's not
they've just
not
been
winning.
hanging around and they're gonna steal a championship from Denny Hamlin.
That's gonna be really sad, honestly, for me. Like, it's okay if Kyle wins because I got both of them,
Yeah.
but I just feel like Denny deserves it.
You're saying
he
Kyle
needs
Busch.
this.
You're saying Kyle Busch didn't win the championship.
Yep. He's gonna pull the ultimate miracle run in the playoffs.
Fucking go back to back.
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
Not happening.
Not happening.
It's the We Believe season, but for Kyle Busch.
Can you
Ain't
take your shot?
happening.
Not.
Fuck,
Hey,
I regret this already. Can we just edit this out?
No.
I don't take this shot.
No. Not an option.
Elliot's gonna finish top 3.
No.
Number
Wrong.
2, Brad Keselowski. Number
He's
2,
coming back.
Don't ever say that ever again.
the real number 2.
Little
Elliot's
Bill
gonna
Slim
pull it out of
Shady
his
can
ass.
stand up.
Look at all those bold predictions.
A lot.
Emerson has like 10 of them. 10 shots.
Just like taking shots. What's I'm saying?
I think I have one for a last call situation.
Okay. I like it.
Ooh. Just let it marinate.
Oh yeah. I gotta think about it a little bit and see if it is a bold prediction. I'll let you guys be the judges of it.
It probably will be. Just to let you know.
Prepare for a shot.
Moving on to some Major League Baseball news. The
Ooh.
A's require second baseman Tommy La Stella from
Require.
acquired second base Tommy La Stella from the Angels for second baseman Franklin Barreto.
Whoa.
Yeah. Tommy Lastell's a good player, actually.
Yeah.
He's kind of coming to his own. He used to be a part-time player with the Cubs and somebody else. I know the Cubs for sure.
Yeah, I take your word for it.
Yeah, but yeah, ever since he joined the Angels, he's been a good player. He's hit 20 home runs in just 391 at bats as an Angel. He made the All-Star team last year in the American League and then got hurt, but yeah, he was an All-Star. Yeah, and I think that's a good pickup for the A's. It kind of rounds out their infield nicely. If you think about Olsen, Tommy La Stella at second base, Simeon at short, and Matt Chapman at third base, that's a pretty loaded team.
Look primed to beat the Yankees in the playoffs.
We got a good question about that later.
Oh no.
We got a good question about that later.
Manny Ramirez is in the news.
What?
Randomly.
Who?
Yes, you heard that right, Manny Ramirez. The 48-year-old has signed with the Sydney Blue Sox of the Australian Baseball League.
I'm glad that he's saying he's with the Sox still. That's cool.
Yeah, right.
And
He's got to change color.
my whole thing with this is so the Giants couldn't use him.
Shut the fuck up.
I mean, the Giants could have used
It's
him.
kind of their thing right now.
That's what I'm saying. You bring in Hunter Pence, he's old. Let's bring in Manny Ramirez. Why not?
Dude, best Manny Ramirez moment when
I wrote one down.
he hit that ball that he thought was a home run, and he's like
Oh my
standing at
God,
home
yeah.
plate with his hands like this, and it hits the green monster. And he has to run.
So awkward.
He thought he just hit a huge bomb, and he's like, nope.
My favorite Manny moment was him walking into the scoreboard part
That's classic.
of the Green Monster when he's on the Red Sox while the pitching coach is on the mound talking to the pitcher.
Yeah.
And mind you, it wasn't even a pitching change.
Yeah.
The pitching coach came back and he was still there and he had to come back out.
Fucking
That's what you call Manny being Manny.
Yes,
Manny.
Manny. He had actually an awesome career. I mean, he had the steroid situation too with the Dodgers, but 12, 30 homer seasons, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
There's a lot. So we have one major transaction in the NFL. The Jags have traded defensive end.
Let's hear it. Come on.
You didn't. What's the word?
It's right there.
Oh, Yannick Ngakoue?
Nice.
There you go. On the
The
nose.
phonics. To the Vikings for a second round pick and a conditional mid-round pick.
That's big. That's actually big time news.
So
He's a
Ngakoue?
free agent. Yeah, Ngakoue, he's a free agent after this year.
he's going into his 5th year in the NFL and has recorded 37.5 career sacks.
Yeah, he's a good player
I
for
fucking
sure.
hate the Vikings too, man. It's awful.
That's a pretty solid pickup for them considering Everson Griffin was officially not going to be a Viking now. He's just
He's on the Cowboys.
Just joining the Cowboys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's go. Speak of the devil.
And Ngakoue's younger too, in his prime, and he's going to be playing for a contract, so you know he's going to be motivated to put up some numbers this year.
Mm-hmm.
I was reading an article about him today. I don't know that much about him. I know he's a good player. Apparently, he's not a strong defender on the run, but he still can be a valuable guy in the pass rush.
Speaking of the NFL, I think we should mention that we are going to do our NFL predictions next week.
We are good call.
And I want to make a bold prediction
Ooh, right now?
that we won't have the same champion.
Oh yes.
Because up to this point, we've had the same champions for each league.
Each sport, yeah.
So I'm saying this will be different. We're not
We
going to
really
have
fucking
So
were
if you
losers.
do-
Oh no, not baseball. Not baseball.
I had the Dodgers.
I took the Yankees.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh,
But
wow.
I
boy.
did.
I'll still go with my bold prediction. But I
I
thought,
don't know why I just high fived you for that.
Oh, see, that would have been a lot cooler. But I'll still take a bold
but
prediction.
I mean, I did take the Dodgers to go to the World Series.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we're
We're pretty unfamiliar.
so we had NHL.
Okay,
in basketball.
NBA, yeah.
just to clarify, if you don't, Emerson has to take a shot.
I'll take a half one right now with you. You gotta take a full one.
Yeah, that's right.
Why did I do that?
And if I'm wrong, if for some reason we have the same,
then you're taking like 3, right?
I'm not taking 3. I'd maybe do
Fucking-
2 throughout the whole podcast, not back to back.
You're not gonna chase a tequila with a whiskey?
What?
You won't.
Just kidding. I'm not gonna make a bold prediction right now, but I'm just gonna throw out something stupid. If the Giants make the playoffs,
No, that was already stupid.
Hey, it's possible.
I said I'm gonna throw out something stupid.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Was that it? Or are you
No.
gonna add on?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is not a bold prediction. I'm just saying if the Giants make the playoffs, I will chase a tequila shot with a shot of whiskey.
I like that.
Disgusting. Write that down.
It's a win-win.
Okay. Yeah,
Oh no, a win-win. Because if they don't make
It's
the
a
playoffs, they don't have to
lose-lose.
do that. If they do, then fuck it.
If the Giants.
Yeah, that's a lame because they're not going to, so it doesn't even matter.
They could.
Two big Yankees aren't even gonna make the fucking play.
Okay, did you take your shot?
I'm writing down your bull.
Oh,
your...
okay. No, I was just.
No,
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
make sure.
I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna
make
wait.
sure.
Unbold.
You can edit this shit out. Don't worry.
No, we're not editing shit. This is gonna be a clean episode.
Raw.
Just absolutely raw.
Okay.
Raw.
We'll chase a vodka shot with a whiskey shot.
Tequila shot.
Yeah, no vodka.
Okay, all this talk, you gotta rack one out for me now.
What are we racking up?
Alcohol.
You might have.
Sorry for the sorry for the misuse of term. Racking.
Hey, come on, dude. We're not 16 anymore.
My bad.
What?
You were too close.
Oh yeah, because those were the glory days.
Let's reel it in.
You started this entire conversation.
I know, but
No, I'm just
You guys
forcing.
taking-
I'm just forcing him to actually edit this shit.
not editing still.
Like, nope, clean episode. Just start saying
Trying to
outrageous shit.
Freaking rip chilies.
I've never done well.
You've never ripped chilies?
I don't know what the fuck that means.
I didn't do me either.
I don't know what that means either.
Oh,
Fuck.
you're definitely editing that part out. I don't give a fuck.
No, it's going. It's going. Cheers.
You want one actually?
No.
Oh, you taking a shot too?
Like, I'm just like, fuck doing this on Sundays. Rack up the shots. Let's go.
I don't work till 4:45 tomorrow, baby.
You think.
No, I know.
I cannot keep a good face after taking shots at that tequila.
You're fucking weak, dude.
Like, his face is like, oh.
He's like, yeah, another one.
Okay.
I was like, I usually just put on my face this, so I show that I'm
Just
not.
like, ooh, that was
Yeah.
awful.
Loved it.
I loved it.
Q and
Already?
let's go. Already.
Oh man.
Already.
Alright, so ZM Zuniga. Why do you think Altuve is in a hitting slump? What could be on his mind when he's at the plate?
No, I'm gonna go first.
Go.
This has to be a rhetorical question, right?
Well, obviously, yeah.
It's a rhetorical question. It's a funny
Obviously,
question.
there's a little sarcasm on this
Yeah.
as an Ace fan.
But if I'm,
I think it's an interesting conversation.
if I'm gonna answer the question, I did write it down. Answer the question truthfully. He clearly can't deal with the fact that he cheated, and it's getting with him in his mind and his conscience. What he needs to do is take a page out of Barry Bonds' book and just deal with it and ball out while you're cheating.
Just deal with
Just
it.
deal with it.
Keep cheating.
Hey, McGuire did it, Sosa did it, Bonds did it, Altuve, you didn't take steroids. You can do it.
Yeah.
Come on.
Well, that's the thing. He did like a little bitch cheating move.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like he was like going all in. He's like, there's a high chance I get caught at this.
Yeah.
Like, he was
Yeah.
like, oh, I need, you know. I think the same thing. I think his mind is so fucked up right now because he's like, everyone knows
He
I
just
cheated.
feels like an ass, yeah.
And now that I can't cheat because the spotlight's on me, now I have to do good. So he's like
Putting pressure on
pressuring himself.
Yeah.
Like even more.
Which you
pressure.
already do. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
like-
already put pressure on yourself because you're a Major League Baseball player, and then now all of a sudden it's like, oh, let's see if Altuve can hit without a fucking garbage can. Right there now.
Like,
Fucking can't.
swing at strikes he never swings at. You know, it's,
Yeah.
it's shit that he wouldn't do in the past, and it's
Right.
clearly it's something in his mind. He knows.
Fuck.
Guilty conscience.
Well, it kind of shows how much the trash can helped.
Yeah.
I just think he's still waiting to hear the trash can, and he's just not, and that's why he's missing.
He's like, come on, guys.
Yeah,
Where the fuck you
fucking
at?
I know there's a camera out there.
I like the sarcastic questions, Zach.
I love it. Keep it coming.
Yeah.
So we got another question from him. Are the A's making it past the first round of playoffs this year? How far do you think they're getting?
I say yes, and that's partially because of the new format
Okay.
with eight on each side. But I think they could get to the American League Championship Series. I really do.
I wrote the same thing.
The thing is, the Yankees are super injured right now, and if they're not healthy when it comes playoff time, I don't see them going anywhere.
Yeah.
But
I agree.
yeah. So I like the A's and the Twins as my two best teams right now.
Your Twins.
In
Your Twins,
my
yeah.
Twins, yes.
I agree. I think I wrote down. I think I see them making it to the championship series, and I think I want them to get out of the first round just for A's fans. I think they deserve that.
They need to let some anger out.
Yeah, they just hopefully they're not going to get to the wild card. Like they're going to win the division.
Yeah.
So worry about the wild card because that's already something they struggle with.
Mm-hmm.
And
A's fans also need to take deep breaths like I do.
Is that going really well for your Giants?
I haven't applied it to the Giants
Okay.
yet, so
Alright, you're gonna
maybe
hype
one of
them
these
up.
days. Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
Emerson just has 3 rings to himself, and it
Yeah.
makes everything go away.
Exactly.
Emerson, big A's guy.
Yeah,
Big deep breath guy.
I do actually really like the A's. I think that if that was the team that was going to go, I think I think I like them the most,
In the American League.
other than the Yankees, obviously.
Yeah.
But
Can we save this question for last? The one that
yes.
Chava wants us to talk about.
Um,
The point guard one.
Mm-hmm.
and I agree with you when you say the Yankees are so injured that there's a high possibility they don't make
Yeah.
it to the World Series.
What is it with the Yankees and injuries?
Last year I was insane.
I'm not even being sarcastic. Like,
No,
what is
know
the
it's
deal?
it's a thing. It's like an actual
I mean, Aaron Judge comes back from the DL and
immediately.
it goes back on like
Yeah.
2 days later. Like that's not
It-
good.
It really. So last year, I already kind of started thinking about it. I'm like, is this like what's going on?
something,
then-
something in the water.
Yeah, we like joked about it. Like I was like, haha, Aaron Judge and Stanton like aren't gonna make it. Haha, lol.
Yeah.
And then like it
Boom, it happens.
literally like it really does happen, and it's kind of like, why can we predict this every single time? Like, why is it a thing?
And this
So,
is even a shortened season.
yeah,
Yeah, you'd think you could get through 60 games, right?
No, I think we could all agree that you would expect throughout a 160 game season that things happen.
yeah, for
A
sure.
lot of games, a lot
Yeah.
of things that could happen during a game, and a lot of injuries that could happen.
The other thing though is if it happens every year, even though it's a 162, that's an issue. But
Mhm.
I agree with that. Yes.
but regardless, like this year, it's like come on, we got to be able to
60
get through
games.
this, right?
like
Yeah.
this is the year for the Yankees. I know the Dodgers are fully all in, but the Yankees have just to me a good enough shot to win the whole thing as the Dodgers.
Yeah, and that fucking series would be
It would be epic.
so sick.
It'd be
I've been
epic.
saying this for years. It's an MLB wet dream to have
Yeah.
the East Coast West Coast World Series matchup.
No question.
Villains.
No
It's
question.
like the East Coast, West Coast
Well,
villains.
It's not even like it's not even East Coast West Coast. It's New York,
New
and
York,
and
LA.
LA. Yeah.
Like boom, right here,
Yeah.
right here on the map.
and
Yeah.
fucking big,
We're-
big old cities.
We're talking
Like,
Babe
obviously.
Ruth, Jackie Robinson.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like we're talking big name
Yeah.
players for both these teams.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
So yeah, this would be fun. Fun to see what happens though.
Big Love 50. Build your starting 5 with the current NBA players.
So what I did was, I put players on that are injured. I don't know if he meant.
That's how I was thinking about it
Okay.
too.
So point, Steph Curry, obviously.
I like it.
Shooting guard, Kawhi Leonard.
You get to call him a guard? Nice.
That's what I looked online.
They consider him a guard?
I saw it. Yeah, I mean.
Alright, for sure.
Well, if this is my starting 5. This is what I'm doing.
Yeah, it really
Yeah,
doesn't matter
he makes
actually.
the fucking rules,
It really
right?
doesn't
He's
matter.
a fucking coach.
I got KD at small forward. I got LeBron at power forward. And I'm putting Giannis, even though it says he's a power forward. Giannis is going center for me.
He's a center, yeah.
And to me, you're
That's
not beating that starting 5.
That's a fucking solid.
Sorry about it. You're just not.
I
Yeah.
don't think I could disagree with any of that.
You know, you kind of took all my guys.
Yeah.
Did I? Did I really?
Yeah, I mean, no, I didn't even write one out, but I was gonna say Steph is my point for sure, and then my wings are definitely KD and Kawhi.
Yeah.
LeBron has to be on the team somewhere.
Yeah. LeBron's on the floor.
LeBron's got to be on the team somewhere, and then yeah,
He's
I think
alright.
it's like I actually probably take AD over Giannis, just for the versatility.
Yeah.
Because I like his outside game, and I don't know what it is, but when I watch Giannis nowadays, and maybe I just haven't noticed it until now, his offensive game is butt ugly.
Which is why I put him at center, because if you have KD and Steph shoot from the outside, you don't need him at all out there.
Agreed. Which your team is still great no matter what.
Yeah.
But I think AD can do more, anyways.
He is better with the mid-range shot. I'll give you
He
that.
can take the jumper. He can shoot a three if he has to. And I think he's just a little more skilled than Giannis is. Giannis is a little more. He's a little more intimidating when you're defending him for sure.
He's a freak. That's why they call him a freak.
Exactly.
I get it.
He's a little more intimidating, but I think I'd take AD on that 5 before him.
I almost made another starting 5 with players not including injured guys like Curry and KD, but
Yeah.
I didn't really feel like doing that.
Yeah.
But I don't think you're not beating that starting 5.
No, that's a good one.
Guys who missed the cut, Harden. I think he's a big name guy who missed
Yeah.
the cut, which I'm not putting James Harden. He's not efficient enough for me.
He's a good just ISO player, I guess, but he's.
You could put Dame Lillard at the starting point guard.
Yeah,
but
or
still, even the jump between Dame Lillard and Steph Curry to me is still miles.
There's
It's not even close.
there's still a difference. So.
KD, I think he's when he's healthy, he's
KD.
top 2, top 3 player. Kawhi, like we were talking about earlier, underrated, always under the radar, has a great mid-range game. And then LeBron James is arguably the GOAT.
Wait, who?
Garrett's favorite player.
Yeah,
Garrett's. That's Garrett's guy.
not my guy.
Not my guy.
Never drink a beer with that dude.
Dude, stop. You wouldn't have a beer with LeBron James.
No.
You wouldn't drink a beer.
Exactly.
You're right.
Exactly. Point
You're right.
proven.
You're right. He's a connoisseur of fine wine.
Yeah, he is.
Which I would drink.
No, I would
glass
not
of
drink a
red
beer
wine
with LeBron James.
You kidding me?
Speaking of beer,
All right, so Big Love 50 got another question from him. Favorite IPA?
who's first?
You can go first.
I'll go first. Fucking Lagunitas
Oh,
IPA.
you fucking-
Let's fucking go!
You brown noser.
I think we should mention that Ashley got a job with Lagunitas.
Did.
That's
Don't tell her
she's-
boss. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Shoot.
My boss knows. Current boss knows. It's fine.
Garrett, off the top of your head? What do you think? Favorite IPA?
Oof.
Go to, sitting in a bar. They have every beer on draft. Which one are you getting?
You're not picking Lagunitas though.
I probably would.
Lagunitas is a
My
great
little
IPA.
something, you like a little something. That's IPA, yeah.
Technically not, but it might as
Not,
well be.
yeah, it's like
Yeah.
technically they
Technically
don't
not, but
consider
might as
it, but
Okay, well.
shit, I mean, there's too many.
There's so
so
many.
many.
There's
I
so
mean, it's,
fucking-
yeah,
I mean,
there's
there's
every
probably,
place in the country
there's
now.
probably
Every city now makes beer.
10,000 IPAs.
Yeah.
But if we're going anywhere around here in the North Bay, I'd probably have to go with. Damn, that's tough.
We'll let you think about it.
I'm twisted
What do you
about that because I got a beer for every situation.
This just came to my mind. Favorite single.
I knew you were gonna do this. I knew you were gonna do this. When
Did-
you said North Bay, I was like,
Deschutes Fresh Squeeze, not even North Bay.
I do
There
like
you go.
that.
Yeah.
I
That's-
love me some Fresh
that's
Squeeze
Ben.
IPA. Yep. Double, Pliny the Elder.
Fucking news.
Well,
Freaking Disneyland.
I don't know.
beer.
Actually, Hop Stupid from Lagunitas is fucking good too.
I'll stick
And
with
then-
good.
I mean, Pliny the Younger. I guess if we're gonna go with a triple.
I mean,
but-
stuff
but-
from Hen House is good.
Hen House is
stuff
lucky beer.
from Racer, like
Racer.
their Republic.
Racer's good.
Evil 3, from Heretic.
Heretic.
amazing triple IPA. You wouldn't even know it's a
Yeah.
triple IPA. I haven't had an IPA in so fucking long. Holy shit.
So
Yeah.
my favorite IPA right now is the daytime IPA from Lagunitas, the one that you guys turned me on to. I think it's
Barely
great.
counts.
It says IPA on the
I
can.
know. I'm just fucking.
It's a really nice light beer, and I really enjoy
It's
it.
basically a light beer. Yeah.
I think if I had to pick my favorite IPA that I've drank in many times, I'd probably pick Torpedo IPA from Sierra Nevada.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I like torpedo.
It's a little, it does have a really
It's got a-
big
it's
bite
got a
to
bite.
it. I'm a big Sierra Nevada guy. My favorite beer of all time is probably the Pale Ale that Sierra Nevada has. You can't beat it.
So classic. I had one this weekend.
The best IPA I've ever had on tap, I had it at Forge years ago. Sculpin IPA from Ballast Point.
Oh, fuck me.
Sculpin is
Forgot about
very
Sculpin.
good. We were talking about this the other day. It's a little too, now that I've had more IPAs, because I think that was like one of the first like big ones that came out. It was like, oh my god,
Sculpin is really
Sculpin
good.
IPA.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
It's a little like thick for me
Okay.
I haven't had
now
one.
that I drink it again.
Yeah.
It's
No, I just-
still delicious.
I just remember having it, I remember specifically having it there on tap and thinking, this is the best beer I've probably ever had on
yeah,
tap.
it's
Wow.
And you mentioned Pliny. I think Pliny's great. Pliny the younger,
The Elder is probably one you've had, unless
or
you've had.
Pliny the Elder, yeah.
Yeah.
good.
And I'm gonna give you a little shout out, Napa Smith. Their organic IPA is really good.
Ooh, dude,
Dude.
organic is fire.
Whenever you guys
actually,
have it
yeah.
on,
I
you
know,
guys-
yeah, that
you
one.
guys have it on tap.
That one
on
comes
tap
and
room.
goes. Yeah.
Every time I see it, I'm like, I
Yeah.
have to.
Yeah.
And I
Like, it just
do.
has to.
I didn't have it on my notes,
Yeah,
but I
that
got
is a
it.
good. I forgot about that one just because
Yeah.
That's your most
It's-
classic West Coast tasting IPA.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's fucking good.
it just got expensive for us to make because it was all organic ingredients. I mean,
Oh
that's where
yeah,
the name came
that's
from.
what the yeah.
And you had to get like
that one's fucking good.
every 3 months you would get like a check in on like making sure all the product used in that beer was like approved to standards.
Mm.
And it was a great beer, but it just became expensive. So we don't do it that often. You know, we still brew it, but not on a consistent
Yeah.
schedule.
And I do want to give one shout out to the ultimate triple IPA, Hop Again from Napa Smith.
That's a good one.
It's triple, right?
No, it's a double.
That's a double.
Double.
Still a double, but
Regardless,
yeah,
yeah.
I mean, yeah, you're
It's a
right.
heavy-
You're working with like
it's
9.2, 9.3,
It's
9.4.
hefty.
It's a.
I recommend
But
it.
it just drinks, yeah. I mean, I always explain it like it drinks like it's 7. And that's the problem. It's like,
Because you drink 3 of those.
yeah, you suck a couple
you're not
down, and
driving
next thing you
home.
know,
9% beer is no joke.
yeah, you're
what
walking
happens.
sideways to the
It
bathroom.
might as well be a double glass of wine at that point.
Yeah.
So
Pretty much.
That's a pretty good question. I really
I love
thought
that.
of
I love the IPA talk. Yeah. All right.
So Margan 4444, my
Who's that?
friend.
Fo.
Fo.
Moses Malone.
Shout out
That's
Morgan!
Two Moses
Two
Malone.
mentions in one
Mentions in
episode. Anyways.
Alright, so
Hi,
we got
Mom. Hi.
Margan, Hip, Holloway.
Holloway. Don't
Ooh,
fuck that up.
Be careful.
Holloway.
there.
Holloway.
Holloway.
For the listeners, Emerson's mom. She's great. Margan, what's up? She asked,
What am I getting for my birthday?
I'm not telling you. Margan, I did not tell him what he got for his birthday.
But me and Garrett also know. But
Yes.
I will not tell Emerson, and I put that on my grave.
This is a bunch of bullshit.
So
Anyways.
she says, you guys are clearly sports fanatics. What do you do to keep in shape?
Are we fanatics? Did you say we're fanatics?
You're sports talkers.
Was that a dumb thing to say? Does that not sound right?
What?
Does not sound right.
No, that's definitely not a term.
Okay, whatever.
But it sounds great now.
Thank you. I made it up.
No, we're
Um,
gonna keep using it.
We're definitely fanatics.
Yeah, we are fanatics. I'm just kidding. So what do you do to stay in shape?
I sit on the couch and watch a lot of sports.
Yeah.
He records the herd every single day.
I don't watch it every day, but I do record it.
He records it every single day.
Guilty as charged.
Probably watches it.
But I will give you this. To stay in shape, you are on the keto diet.
Yeah, if you want to call that shape.
I think it's, you know.
Rounds of shape.
You bitch.
I'm sorry, I have to.
That was pretty good.
What I
It's
do
Jeffrey.
to stay in shape is I actually do just basic cardio. I've been doing it for almost 2 years.
Oh, that's what we're talking about.
I'm thinking on your
Fucking
mind.
with you.
I actually get.
I know
actually,
that's what I'm
I actually try
that's
to
what
get in
my mom
shape.
was talking about.
Yeah, I know she wasn't. So that's what I do.
Yeah. I think that's a question that she's trying to motivate me to actually do some
I was gonna
exercise.
say, yeah, that
Do some exercise.
that's a question that has gone fishing.
She's like, stop your stupid fucking diet. It's
Yeah.
exercise. I mean,
I'm telling you, if you were to run this track every day, you'd be in shape in a month and a half.
That's a lot of work. Emerson and I were going on walks every single day during quarantine.
a long time ago.
That was a long time ago, but we were.
I was going on hikes almost every day before the smoke
Yeah, the
happened.
smoke now kind of sucks. Yeah,
Kind of fucks everything up. But
and COVID. You know,
there's more important things than me getting my
Margan.
exercise when it comes to the smoke. But
Yeah.
you know, it just
We can all do
we
keto.
promise we will all start being more physically active. Okay, so
Ooh, this is the question.
our last question of the night, Chava Way. Who are your top 3 point guards ever?
Did you do any homework on this, or are you going off the top?
Top. But I mean, like, in my mind, I did some homework.
So you go first, because I did notes on this. And let's be clear. He said our top 3, not necessarily who we think are the top 3.
Yeah, I mean, I know this is a tough thing in basketball. I mean, in any sport, really.
To me,
Because errors are all different.
to me, our number one's gonna be the same. I guarantee it.
Probably. But errors are all different, so it's, making comparisons and whatnot and judging from year to year is different. But I think it's a pretty easy one for me, and I think a lot of people would feel somewhat similar. Magic Johnson is the best point guard of all time.
You're going 1-3, man.
Going 1 to
Do
3.
you not know anything? You gotta go 3-1.
Nah, if it's only 3, you go 1 to 3.
I disagree.
If it's 5, you go 5 to 1.
Whatever. Dude.
Magic Johnson's the best point guard.
That's a later date.
Steph Curry is number 2. I think he's already there. I don't care what anybody says. Oh, he hasn't finished his career yet. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. This dude changed the game.
I don't give a fuck.
I'm not gonna go on a Steph Curry rant, but he changed the game. Number 3, I'm gonna say Isaiah Thomas, but I think there's probably gonna be somebody in the not too distant future that takes that throne from him. But I'd go Isaiah at 3.
I want to let everybody know. I thought about this question a long and hard 24 hours.
Just giving Gage fits.
Giving me fits. Giving me major fits. I was looking at stats, going on Basketball Reference, and all this. But you know, I had to go with the heart.
Stats are stupid. When it
I'm
comes to
starting with
basketball.
3.
Yeah.
Number 3 to me, it's Steph Curry. It's not even, I mean, Steph Curry, 3-time champ, 2-time league MVP, only unanimous MVP ever, 6-time All-Star, and that'll probably go to 10. 6 assists per game, which isn't great, but what I'm going to get at is he is the best shooter of all time. He changed the game, like you said, and he's mostly on my list because of his scoring aspect,
Yeah.
which he is still a great assister. But he is the coldest point guard I've ever seen in my life. It's not even close. This dude, when he crosses half court, he's a threat. He's a threat.
He's the best floor spacer of
Dude,
all
he'll
time.
put the nail in the coffin and he's standing in the parking
It's
lot.
almost like when he crosses the free throw line on the other side of the court, he's a threat of shooting the ball.
Yeah.
He's amazing.
Before you go on with this, the reason he only averages 6 assists and people don't think that's a crazy number, which
Because
is
the way
not.
they pass.
But the Warriors don't play a
No.
type of offense where it's like, dribble, screen, and then Steph's the guy ball handling and he dishes to the guy.
It's not like
No.
it's not like the Stockton Malone thing.
It's
not the pick and roll.
you make the extra pass and Steph might be the second to last guy. So he probably leads the league in what we would call hockey assists,
Yeah.
which is the second to last pass that leads to the score.
I've
Yeah,
talked,
and he probably leads in him running his ass around the court.
Oh my
like,
God,
you see
dude.
how much he does? It's
Yeah,
like
just to get
that, and just to get open. And I mean,
And he's still got the
and that's
energy to
a
hit
part of
shot.
the game that's distracting, and you worry about where's that dude gonna be,
Yeah.
and he hasn't even touched the ball, but he's ran 40 yards in the matter of
Fucking
20 seconds in a
seconds.
shot clock, just cruising around,
Yeah.
and then he maybe gets the ball, maybe he doesn't, but it's like
Yeah.
that dude's always on the move.
yeah, not only is he one of the best shooters I've ever seen, he's one of the best finishers at the basket I've ever seen.
He is.
He's amazing
Yeah.
at the basket.
He's pretty incredible.
So I've talked a lot of shit about the Warriors for a lot of years, but I respect this man as a basketball player.
Can't not.
You can't not.
He's
respect
so
him.
much fun to watch. He's special.
Number 2 on my list is Isaiah Thomas,
Okay.
and I'm talking the Isaiah Thomas. I'm not talking the
What,
other
one
Isaiah.
for the Celtics?
Yeah, exactly. No, I'm talking the Isaiah Thomas who played for the Detroit Pistons, number 11, 2-time NBA champ, won back-to-back, went to 3 straight NBA Finals. Would have won the first one against the Lakers if he didn't have a bum ankle. I'm saying that right now. He did win 1 Finals MVP. He is 9th on the all-time assist list. He is 5th all-time in assists per game at 9, or 9.3. And I think the biggest thing for me when it comes to this is that he, in his prime, beat Jordan, Magic, and Bird in playoff series when they were in their primes.
That's a pretty impressive feat.
And also, I'm going to throw this one at you too. He did not have a teammate in the NBA top 50 players of all time. Jordan, Magic, and Bird all did. He
Yeah.
did play with Hall of Famers. He did play with Joe Dumars, Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
He did play with Rodman,
Yeah.
Hall of Famer. But he did not have a top 50 player
Yeah.
like Jordan who had Pippen, Magic who had Kareem, and Worthy.
He played on one of the most unique and controversial teams ever.
I'm a little biased too because I love the Bad Boy Pistons. I love
They're-
the 30.
they're
I love
awesome.
all. I love the 30 for 30s. I
Awesome.
love the Rodman one.
Awesome.
I just always liked Isaiah Thomas. I think he's just so underrated. He was a small guy who won a championship and he was like the head of the team. You know what I mean? Before Steph Curry did. Steph Curry did that kind of same thing.
That was a unique team, really. It's the best way I can put it.
And it like the Pistons weren't supposed to win those 2 championships. It was supposed to be the Lakers
The
win,
Lakers,
and then they're
they
supposed
just
to
kinda transition to the Bulls.
they're supposed to pass the torch to the Bulls.
Yeah.
And
They were somewhere they just fucked that
the
up.
Pistons
a
were
little
like, you know what, no. We're
Yeah.
going to go to 3 straight.
Yeah.
Going to win 2. And another thing I want to say is there was a list that I forget if ESPN or Bleacher Report had about the best point guards of all time.
Uh-huh.
And they had Steph Curry in front of, or they had Steph Curry and John Stockton in front of Isaiah Thomas. And Magic Johnson tweeted, "There was no way Steph Curry and John Stockton were better than
Yeah.
Isaiah Thomas." And that's coming from a guy who played against Isaiah, was best friends with Isaiah,
Yeah.
and knows all about how Isaiah Thomas played. So I think that goes big with what Isaiah Thomas was as a player.
Yeah.
And speaking of Magic Johnson, number 1, without a doubt, Irvin Magic Johnson, best
Yeah.
point guard to ever walk this planet. 5-time NBA champ, 3-time Finals MVP, 3-time league MVP, 12-time All-Star. He's 5th on the all-time assist list. He has the most career assists per game at 11.2.
Fucking ridiculous.
And
He
who
did
know?
that over
And
a
who
fucking
knows
roster.
what his stats would have been if he didn't unfortunately get contracted with HIV.
Yeah. No doubt. I mean, he was a hell of a player. Leader. Did everything. He played center on that championship team in his
His
rookie
rookie
year because Kareem was out.
Or yeah, he won the Finals MVP his rookie year.
Yeah.
Amazing.
No,
I mean,
no, he's awesome.
and he also him and Larry Bird, they saved basketball because
They
in the
really
'70s NBA basketball was in a bad place in the
Yeah.
'70s.
They were playing the games on like
Tape delay.
Tape delay.
Tape delay.
Back.
Like the NBA Finals was on tape delay. Could you imagine that today? Like it not being live.
It wouldn't
No.
happen.
Yeah,
So Larry Bird, Magic Johnson
they really did.
helped or saved basketball. They really did. I think.
I have a book about that.
Do you?
Yeah,
I'd like to
it's
read
called. You want? I'll give it to you.
I don't have to give it to
Hey,
you.
actually, it's holding up the camera right now.
I just think Magic Johnson, he to me when I think of NBA basketball in the face of NBA basketball overall, it's just a picture of Magic Johnson smiling.
Yeah,
Showtime, LA, the whole 9.
yeah, that's perfect. Yeah,
And I think he also gets underappreciated in the whole GOAT conversation. Like, do I think he was better than Michael Jordan? No.
skill wise, no, but,
But
he was an excellent.
Like, we were talking about polarizing last week, polarizing people.
Yeah.
Magic Johnson was a polarizing player.
Yeah, I think more people are on the side of we love to watch him kind of thing than negative. I mean, obviously he had his his controversy with the AIDS and everything. But
Yeah.
No, yeah, he's amazing.
So Bleacher Report put it out. I looked it up once you said that, and they had Magic Johnson at number 1, Steph Curry 2. Then we have a big lapse. Oscar Robertson.
I forgot
I
he
agree.
was considered a point guard because some people consider. him
I'm
a
glad
shooting
you
guard.
mentioned that because I had 2 honorable mentions, which I really struggled with because Oscar Robertson did have great numbers. I think he averaged 27 points.
25.7
Yeah.
points, 9.5 assists, 7.5.
He was the original Mr. Triple Double before
Yeah,
Russell Westbrook came along. He was the first guy to ever average
he was
triple double.
he was a big guard. I mean, I know Magic was a big guard too, but I don't. Did he actually play point guard?
He's considered a point guard.
Okay, I thought he maybe was an off guard, but anyways.
6'5".
Yeah,
But it's hard for me because he played in the '60s,
yeah, that's
and I know you can only play who's in front of you.
Yeah.
But
the same thing with like Will and Bill Russell. Those-
Bill Russell is the
Same
biggest,
argument,
the comp,
Yeah.
And how good could he have? I mean, I'm not saying he wasn't great. I'm not going to say that, but he only won 1 championship, and it was later in his career with Kareem.
Yeah.
So how come you couldn't?
Taking your team that far
Yeah.
before, yeah.
They also have Jerry West at 4,
I didn't know Jerry West was a point guard.
I would have considered him a shooting guard.
Chris Paul at 5.
Outrageous. Chris Paul is great.
You know who's underrated, and who's better than who's the guy with the Jazz? Stockton is Steve Nash.
Well, okay, let me finish this list. 6, John Stockton.
Nope.
7, Jason Kidd.
Nope.
8, Steve Nash.
Yes, but higher.
9, Russell Westbrook.
Who?
I think he's going to go down as a legend.
Yeah. And 10, Isaiah Thomas.
Isaiah Thomas is way. I saw this same list last night, and he is way too low on this list.
Yep. I just thought it was interesting
Yeah.
hearing this from you guys. I pulled up this list, and 10 was the
Yeah.
first one I saw, and I was like,
Yeah.
interesting.
I know MVPs are year to year, but Steve Nash did win 2 of them.
Shaq got hosed in one of those years, though.
That's fine. That's fine. But,
But
he
he did-
still
he did
won
win.
the MVP.
Back to back years.
I mean, you could say that James Harden maybe got hosed in one of the years that Steph won an MVP, but
No, that's fair.
Whatever. You know, Steve Nash was a better player than John Stockton. Book that.
I did have John Stockton down under Oscar Robertson as an honorable mention. Because John Stockton, we all know is the career leader in assists.
Yeah.
And it's never gonna get broken. I think it's like 15,000.
Yeah.
And the next closest is probably not even like maybe 10,
Yeah.
maybe 12.
The thing about that stat, and you could say this about almost every stat, is that it's just don't just tell the whole story about what kind of player you are, you know?
But it might. But if you're a point guard, what do? You dish it, right?
Sure, yeah, but I mean, that doesn't mean, like, Steph Curry, like we said, we both had Steph Curry higher on our list, and he's not, you know, dishing out a ton of assists.
A big thing for me is I put winning as a big.
That's the biggest thing.
I'm saying if Stockton won at least one of those championships against the Bulls, that
he
they
might
went
get
to,
more credit.
he'd probably be. He'd have to be top 5.
But let's be
top
real,
3.
Karl Malone is still a better player on that team, anyways.
Yeah, and how like same with the Oscar thing. How good could have John Stockton have been if he had an all-time top 2 scoring player like Karl Malone? He still couldn't win a championship.
Yeah, exactly. Tough going against
But you
NBA
playing-
Bulls.
Yeah, you're playing.
Eras are so tough to compare.
Took him to Game 6 in the last year. I don't know what it was the first time they played, but
Yeah.
John Stockton also notably first all-time in steals. And his defense.
Is he really?
Yeah.
I don't know that.
So we're gonna go on to the last call. Just a little update. We are doing the fantasy draft on Wednesday.
Yep.
Yes.
We're doing
gonna live stream
We're
it.
doing a
Yeah.
live stream in about half an hour.
we're doing the lottery tonight, which you guys are already gonna see anyway, so that's not even that big of a
By
deal.
the time this comes out.
Yeah, exactly. But yes, live stream for the fantasy draft on Wednesday.
And
be
then
fun.
we are going to throw a beer dye tournament September 12th.
You're really pushing for this, aren't you?
I almost 100% officially have the day off, so
Alright.
that's going to be the day that I push this. I've reached out to the most important people so far about this.
As in your manager and people you work with?
That and you guys, sort of.
Yeah, the most important people. Haven't said anything to you guys, but
But yes, I think that's the day that's going to happen. I guess we're sort of looking for people. I don't want to, say Joe Schmo can come, but yes, that is the idea, and that should be a good time.
I also have one more thing to add if no one else is going to add anything.
Mm-hmm.
Brett Obranovich, you owe.
Oh, because they lost
You want to
11
know
games,
why? You want to know why?
Yes.
Because the A's lost a doubleheader to Ashley's Astros, making them have.
Ashley's Astros. What the fuck is that shit? Ooh.
Did I just dump your beer?
It's
Yeah,
all over the
dude,
place,
it's
dude.
all over me.
Oh!
So yeah, they lost a doubleheader to Ashley's Astros, making them have 12 losses, which means that contradicts
Okay.
what Brett said about the A's winning 50 games this season. And
Did he say 45 at first and we tried to correct him? No?
I got
He
50.
said 50.
He said 50.
Yeah. Okay.
So I just want to know. 12 losses means you can't have 50 wins, right?
Pay the
60 game
piper.
season. Brett, you gotta pay.
Yep, it's coming soon. You're definitely going to be at least in the peanut gallery very soon.
So
Hey!
you gotta.
Or if he's going to be here for the beer dye tournament, maybe make him pay before the tournament starts. So he's a
Great.
little.
So he's a little saucy.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Give it- give it a
Help
little
your
advantage.
game.
Yeah, give a little advantage to
I
everybody
like that
else.
idea.
Um,
So that's all I got.
uh,
I had to add that.
last thing about Joey Bart that I'm ever gonna say on the show.
Oh my god.
Highly, highly unlikely.
Major.
If you wait, let's make a deal. If you say anything else about Joey Bart on the show, you have to take a shot every single time.
I'm down. So
Okay.
down.
Write that down. Write that down.
Major public breaks. This dude looks like a fool at the plate.
This dude looks like a
Major
fool.
pump the brakes.
What did I tell you last week? Let's not get too ahead of ourselves.
I love getting ahead of myself. Come on. Fuck.
Every time.
I mean, the book is so obvious. Inside fastball.
Inside, yeah.
And then down and away, break the ball. So yeah, it looks like I'm gonna be getting drunk in the future.
Yeah, probably.
That's pretty fucking funny, man.
All right, I stopped the recording. So no. Not yet. All right, it's back on.
Deep breath.
Deep breaths.
Big deep breath, gang.
Are we done? We good?
Um,
Do you want to mention something else?
what do you want to mention, boss?
I just want to make sure we knew. I just want to make sure Brett's name's out there. I don't think I have anything else.
No, I mean, my Rangers.
My
Oh, you want to talk about that?
My Rangers are selling, apparently. I know they're talking about trading Lance Lynn, their best pitcher, and Joey Gallo.
Yeah,
their best
Emerson on
Can't fucking wait.
July Emerson on July 13th said Texas Rangers will win the AL West, and that ain't gonna happen.
Can I take my punishment now? Let's just.
No,
let's
no,
do
no,
it.
no, we'll wait.
No,
we'll
we're
wait,
gonna wait
we'll
until
wait,
the time's
we'll
right.
wait, we'll wait.
You just want to take a shot?
Yeah, we'll wait till
Okay.
after.
We could. He said we could.
We can.
We could. So yeah, there we are.
Yeah.
Hell of a fucking episode.
Yeah, thank you everybody for
Clean
listening.
episode, no editing, right?
You got
We'll see about that.
You're gonna have to add something.
I'm gonna listen to it, see what happens. You know.
Raw, uncut.
Raw.
Yeah,
ISR Raw.
ISR raw.
That'll be after hours.
Wow.
WWE Raw.
That's a lot.
Can
Thank
we,
God we never
A
talked
little
about
cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, governor.
Cheers, Governor.
Doink. Thanks guys for listening. We will talk to you next week.